It's day 10 of our magic carpet ride across the United States, and I'm on my Royal Enfield Himalayan in a little town called Clyde, Ohio, home of the Fightin' Clydes. I just made that up. Today, we're heading to probably Buffalo, New York, but I don't really have a plan. I have no place to be, I have no time to get there, I don't have a motel booked anywhere, so we're gonna hop on the bike and we're gonna go. We're gonna go through or around Cleveland. I might stop in Cleveland at a place that I've always wanted to visit, but I'm not sure yet. We're just gonna play it by ear and get this fine motorcycle on the road, probably get some gas and start heading, let's say east, because I'm only a day or two away from my final destination, which is Kenmore Square in Boston on Route 20. What a time to be alive. All right, let's go. So every morning I like to do probably 3 things when I get on the bike. The first thing is I like to set my trip 1 back to 0 so that I have a full count of mileage for the day. Then I like to skip down to trip 2 and see what my total mileage for the trip is. And right now it's 2,852 miles. The third thing obviously is check my fuel level. And right now I'm looking at, I've got a fuel range of about 133 miles. It's not 100% accurate, but it gives me a rough idea that I don't need to get gas right now. But, if I wanted to and then I won't have to worry about it for a while, I could. So I'm going to get on the road, and if I see a gas station really close, I'll probably bop in and top off. If not, I'm not going to worry about it for now. And then, because I'm insecure, the fourth thing I like to do is actually start the motorcycle and make sure it starts. It's never let me down. And today is no different. What a country. All right, enough of that. Now I gotta figure out which way is east. The sun looks like it's rising from that side, so I'm gonna call that east, and that's the way we're gonna go. I didn't put a route in my GPS, so... Yep, east on 20. I was gonna hang out and not put a destination or anything in the GPS today because, you know what? I'm just gonna go where the wind blows me. Hopefully the wind isn't too strong today. I looked at the weather last night, and it said that the rain was going to be chasing me all the way through Cleveland and pretty much into Buffalo. And then I woke up this morning and looked at the same weather forecast, and it was like, yeah, it's going to be like this all day, don't worry about it, maybe a little windy. So I don't know what to believe. I've got all the rain gear I need, so it doesn't really matter. So I decided to pull off and get some gas. And on the little stretch of road on the way here, I decided that today I'm detoxing. I'm detoxing from technology. I'm putting the Chiggy GPS CarPlay thing away. I'm keeping my phone on lock, and it's just up there just to charge. I'm just gonna go with the wind for real. I'm a huge fan of technology. I really am. I make my living on technology. But I also find that it can become a distraction. And I feel like that's what's happening on this first part of this trip, is that I'm spending a lot of time looking at screens when I should be looking at the scenery. There's 2 things about having the Google Maps up and running that I'm really going to struggle with when I put this away today. One is, it tells you your current speed and the speed limit right next to each other. So that's what usually keeps me legal, because my mind tends to wander. So I can just look down and say, oh shit, I'm going 55 and the speed limit's 30. I need to tone that down. And it's just right there, and it's always there no matter what. And I know there are signs, but I space out and I miss them or forget what it said. So it's really nice to have that constant reminder of what the speed limit is. And the second thing is, I've grown really addicted to knowing how much time I have left before I get to my destination. And while that's useful, it's also just another distraction. It's another thing to think about. It's another almost pressure point, really. So I'm losing that today. I have no idea what time I'm arriving in or near Buffalo. I have no idea whether I'm arriving in or near Buffalo. And I just want this screen to go away for today. Luckily, my Chiggy comes with a little Chiggy cover, so there you go. I don't even have to look at the connection. This guy over here is just going to stay off. And I'm going to see if I can get through a day without knowing how long it's going to take to get to my destination, without the constant reminder of what the speed limit is, and all that jazz. I would guess I'm going to last about 45 minutes. All right, well, 1 minute and 30 seconds into this experiment, and everything is going really well so far. Follow me for more technology tips. All right, so here's what I'm learning so far after 50 miles of this little anti-technology experiment. Number one is that I'm much more aware of my surroundings. I think I'm actually riding better. The second thing is I'm enjoying my music more because I don't have anything competing with it. I thought the whole speed limit thing would be a pain, you know, but because I'm a little bit more hyper aware of my surroundings, I'm paying more attention to things like speed limits and definitely, obviously, to road signs, because I need to stay on Route 20, and following the road signs is really the only way for me to do that since I don't have navigation pointing me in that direction. But in general, I feel a little bit more connected to my surroundings. It's kind of nice. 80 miles. That's as much as I can do without my phone and my Chiggy connected in this part of wherever the hell I am, because I am so frustrated. I'm apparently in North Ridgeville, Ohio, and this has been maybe the worst day of riding I think I've had. And it's not because there's anything terrible happening to me. It's oh my god, I can't go 3 feet without hitting a red light, I've been riding through strip malls for I don't even know how long. And so at this point, I just need to get through this, and I can't lose my way and have to ride anymore through this crap. So I'm putting the navigation back on. I just put the phone back on just to check the weather, but the navigation's going back on, at least until I get out of here and get into some nicer riding, because right now there's just nothing to appreciate, so who cares if I'm looking at a screen at this point? Don't do Route 20 east of the Mississippi. Well, I found my way into Cleveland, and I'm going to stop into Triumph Cleveland. I need a break from the endless traffic signals and road construction that's happening on Route 20. So I figured I'd drive a little bit into the city and bop over and see this fine motorcycle dealership. Ooh, Cleveland Moto, Moto Guzzis. What? Whoa, we're stopping there on the way back. Look at this, Triumph Cleveland. Are they even open? Hope they're open. Yeah. They weren't sure whether or not I could film in there. All I wanted to do was be like, hey, here's some bikes. This is Triumph Cleveland. You might want to check them out, but I don't have time to wait around. Cleveland Moto is right up the road, and they've got Moto Guzzis, and I bet you they're going to be okay with me clicking a record button on a little camera. Bye, Triumph Cleveland. I tried. The last thing I'm ever going to do is jump through hoops to give someone some free publicity. I mean, I just wanted to look around with my camera and show you some Triumphs. Now we get to the good stuff. Where is this place that I passed? Where is this place that I passed? It was on this road, right? They were singing the song of the Guzzi, and, well, I can't resist. I mean, who could? Oh my god, what am I looking at right now? What am I looking at right now? Look at that old Royal Enfield. Is that an old Royal Enfield? My eyes aren't very good. Oh, Cleveland Moto. Oh my god. How the hell did I not know that this place existed? Oh my god. Look at that. Did I just enter heaven? They have Vespas? Oh my god, I'm in heaven. I'm in heaven. Honest to God, this couldn't be a more opposite experience than what I just experienced. I walked in, I'm like, hey, I'm, a guy. Can I do some filming in here? He's like, oh yeah, do whatever you want. I'll even talk to you on camera and blah, blah, blah. So we're gonna go in and check this out. They have my next bike. All right, we gotta talk.
Yes, please do.
Introduce yourself.
Yeah, I'm Phil from Cleveland Moto. We've been doing a motorcycle shop here in Cleveland, Ohio, and a podcast for about 26 years.
What's your podcast?
So the podcast is very simple. It's Cleveland Moto.
My next bike.
Oh yeah, of course, the V85 Travel. So the biggest thing, you probably know that the V85 has been around for a really good long time. So they have variable cam timing now, variable valve timing, which is great because it scares a little more horsepower out of the bike. So now we're over 80 horsepower, which really does give it something, a little zhuzh that it might have been missing before, right? A tractor motorcycle, Guzzis always have been good for the torquey torques. So what a great example of a bike that just loves torque. Really a cool color, we really like it. My Moto Guzzi history goes way, way back. And I signed up to be a Guzzi dealer in 2013 just because I wanted the V7 Cafe Racer. And it's sitting right there. It's sitting at the front window of my shop. That first bike, the bike that got me into it. Yep, it's up there. So that's our first Guzzi we had as a dealership. That was bike number one. I'm the idiot that signed up to be a Guzzi dealer just because of one chrome-plated Cafe Racer.
You're my kind of guy.
Yeah, that's it. I signed up with a brand for one bike. And this is a bike, this is just the one that got me into it, and it's a bike that I made some modifications just for me. But yeah, we've always been largest inventory of scooters in the United States. We always keep over 100 bikes in stock. So, if you want a Vespa and it's not in here, it doesn't exist.
Well, it's quite some time later. And I'm now leaving Cleveland Moto, having one of the best experiences I've had on this trip so far. I feel like an idiot for not knowing anything about Cleveland Moto, because these folks are right up my alley. My kind of people, my kind of shop. Couldn't have been nicer. Just talked my ear off in the best possible way. They're fantastic. I couldn't be more excited to have had that opportunity. So thanks to Cleveland Moto and for Phil for taking some time and letting me film in there and talking to me on camera and just generally being really cool people. That was sweet. All right, back to the Schlag. I gotta get out of this city, unfortunately. Not that I want to, but because I gotta get somewhat back on track and head back up to the Route 20 area and make my way somewhere towards Buffalo. I don't know where. I'm totally discombobulated because I did not really intend to stop for that long and have such a good time. Everything happens for a reason. I don't really believe in that, but sometimes I do. Anyway, catch you in a little bit. So I don't want to come off as sounding like I'm pooping all over Triumph Cleveland's parade, because I know that was just that guy's job is to not get in trouble and to protect the dealership. So I get that he couldn't allow me to go in there and film without permission from the GM, and the GM was busy, so whatever. But what it does illustrate is the difference between a more corporate dealership like that and a more mom and pop, down to earth, grassroots level type dealership like Cleveland Moto or Sabatino Moto or Baxter, where you can come in and you feel like you're not walking into a store, but you're walking into like a community hangout or just a place to be happy and not some sterile showroom where no one cares what your name is, no one really cares why you're there except if you're there to spend $15,000 on a motorcycle. And that's why I think it's so super important that these smaller independent motorcycle shops stay in business and that we support them, because without them it's going to be a whole life filled with corporate bullshit. So there's that. All right, well, it's kind of official. This day has kind of crushed my spirits a little bit. I spent way too much time trying to get out of Cleveland through all the urban sprawl and traffic lights and road construction, and oh, it was just endless. I feel like I've gone 6 miles in the past 4 hours. I don't know. Anyway, I'm bailing for a little while. I'm on 84 heading to Interstate 90 east just to get some air and I don't know, put some miles under my belt for the day, because I'm frustrated and I'm hot and I'm tired, and I just need some motion. You know what I'm saying? So while I'm not abandoning Route 20 as a whole, I need to get away from it for a little while and do something else. But I'll hop back on it soon, and then probably stay someplace just outside of Buffalo, probably before I get to Buffalo and not after, and then I don't know, just chill out. Anyway, what a great day otherwise, meeting Phil and going to a shop, and that was just, you know, it's going to be one of the top 3 highlights of this trip, I bet. And I'm really glad that I just happened to stumble into that today. So that's it for today. Here's the playlist of everything that's come before, and here is a random video that you might enjoy. I will catch you tomorrow when we head to Western Massachusetts, most likely. See you then.